FEMA declared an unprecedented 179 disasters in 2024. So to put that in perspective, that means some type of disaster declaration was made about every 2 days throughout the year. In California, increasingly intense wildfires have become more common in recent years and have upended the lives of thousands. To make matters worse, insurance options are dwindling for Californians impacted by these fires. More insurers are refusing to provide wildfire coverage or have begun charging exorbitant fees, leaving many homes in danger. Catherine Boudreau has been following the story. She's a senior sustainability reporter for Business Insider. Catherine, thanks for being here. Why are more insurers refusing to provide wildfire coverage in California?
Well, I think, as you mentioned, this comes down to a few factors. So on one hand, there's climate change is driving more frequent and intense storms, hurricanes, wildfires. So that's creating more disasters to cover. Also, more people are moving into areas that are vulnerable to disasters, including wildfires and hurricanes. So, of course, that means more damage, more destruction, higher costs. And then it's also more expensive to rebuild after a natural disaster because of inflation, the materials to build a home, very expensive. So this has created kind of an unsustainable situation for insurance companies. That's what they tell us. And in response, you've seen a number of actions, including in California, where they're pulling out of the riskiest areas, the most vulnerable areas. They're not renewing, tens of thousands of policies. And yeah, in some cases, companies have pulled out of the state altogether.
So California has established insurance protections in areas of risk for earthquakes in the past. States like Florida have established some kind of legislation that protects residents from losing or having to pay more for insurance. What are the solutions being discussed here to make sure that people just aren't left without the insurance they need?
Yeah. So in California, there is what's called an insurer of last resort. And we're seeing that more homeowners are being pushed into that program because they're left with fewer and fewer options for insurance. But of course, you don't want too many people going to the insurer of last resort, especially in a very risky wildfire-prone area.
And why is, can you explain that? Why is that?
One insurer with too much responsibility, that just increases the risk that one catastrophe could sink the system. Of course, that hasn't happened in California, but you've seen state insurance regulators trying to find a solution to this problem. So they're working with insurance companies, basically in exchange for insurance companies being able to raise premiums a little bit easier. They'll be required to serve some of the riskiest areas in the more wildfire-prone areas.
Thank you so much for your time.